Live from New York, it's time to get behind the wheel and drive home your best deal with another podcast episode of Never Get Taken for a Ride Again, where we stop car dealers dead in their tracks from trying to blow smoke up your tailpipe every time you go to buy or lease a new vehicle. Now, your host, professional car buying expert, and the car buyer's advocate, Paul Maloney.
G'day, everybody, and welcome to our second live podcast, live from New York. You can't make this stuff up, right, when it's live. I'm your host, Paul Maloney, the car buyer's advocate. Tonight, we'll be bringing, it's for the ladies only. So, but men want to tune in, they can tune in also. It's for the lady car buyers out there that have been going to car dealerships anywhere, anytime, I think not just in the US, but across the world. And when they go in there, they get treated not the right way that they would like to be treated. Naughty boys, naughty. Anyway, unbeknown to the gentlemen out there, ladies make up for 65% of all vehicles, new vehicles on the road today, and 80% of them, okay, 80%. You ever go into a dealership and say, I got to check with my wife? Well, that accounts for 80% of the car making decisions when it comes to signing on the dotted line. Tonight, well, I just want to go back a little bit here. We started last week. This is going to be a new show that goes on every Thursday at 8 o'clock. On the show, we're going to have live car sales managers, finance managers, all sorts of people that have ever been to a dealership and had a problem buying an automobile, whether it's leasing, buying, trading in, or no matter what it is. We're going to be able to set the record straight and get those answers for you live on the show here. So if you have any questions about the car buying process and anything that you can relate that's related to you in the people that we're having on as guests tonight, if you can relate to that, hopefully this will help straighten out a few things for you. If not, we'll show you how to, you can go and use the app that we have available for you so you can take to the stores. Basically, it's like, look, going and doing your car, basically like doing your a test. Okay, I'm giving you all the answers to the test. All you have to do is go in, find the simple questions, and put in the answers in the right box. It's that simple. If you can drive a car, you can do this. It's very, very simple. But it takes all that time and effort and all the time haggling back and forth when you go to a car dealership. On average, it takes a woman or a man 3.5 to 4 hours per dealership just to go in there. So, I mean, that's something that, like, if you don't train for, you're going to get tired pretty quick. And most people do, not just mentally, but emotionally at the same time. But anyway, we'll get right to it. Tonight is for ladies only. And we got a couple of guests on that have recently not only just used our service, but people I know, but they're also clients of mine that I actually do business from them and buy from them at the same time. So I'm one of the two ladies. I'm just going to see if I can bring you up here. One quick second. Lisa, are you there with us this evening?
I am here, Paul. How are you?
Okay. Can you just speak up a little bit, love, so we can, it's okay. You can yell at me if you want.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, love.
Okay, great.
Lisa, just recently, when did you purchase the vehicle? It was back in what, March or something, May?
It was June, right around June.
Okay, June. Now, Lisa and I met on an unusual basis, but you never know, like you said, where your customers came from. It's a small world, it's a small town, and you never know who you run into. Is that Lisa? I came into, Lisa works in the jewelry store locally. What's the name of the store?
It's Monroe Jewelers.
It's Monroe Jewelers in Monroe, New York. Up in the area, what is that area code? 10950. If anybody wants to look it up, it's Monroe Jewelers.
That's correct.
And Lisa is the main person you want to go in and see there. She is like the expert with jewelry. But just don't try and steal anything. She'll be on you. How I met Lisa is I actually went in to get my watch fixed, and nobody else could fix it around the place. I walked in and I said to Lisa, how much is it going to cost to get my watch fixed? And they said, just leave it with us. We'll do it. We'll come back in about 20 minutes. I came back in 20 minutes and said, Lisa, what do I owe you? And you said, nothing. And I said, oh, no, I got to owe you something. They said, no, it's okay. Next time you come in, we'll be able to, next time you come in, or next time you want to bring somebody by, we'll take care of them personally, like we do with all our clients. But in any case, I was more than happy. And I sort of felt bad because they wouldn't take any money from me. So the next day I came up, and lo and behold, Lisa prior to that was telling me about she was looking to get a vehicle. And then so I decided to come up the next day and give her a copy of the How to Beat the Car Dealer Every Time It's So Simple It's Ridiculous, the book here. And you tell it from there, Lisa. What happened?
Well, yes, you did give me the book, and I was a little apprehensive. I didn't think it was going to be quite as simple as you said it would be. You're
just going to have to speak up a little bit higher, love. You can just like you're at home and yelling at the kids, or the husband coming home. Your husband's coming home. Like, yes, there you go.
Okay, great. Yes, I was a little apprehensive. I didn't think it was going to be as easy as you said it would be. It's very intimidating as a woman to purchase a car.
How is it? Let me ask you a question. We'll back up a little bit here. When you first think and get that feeling of when you want to buy that new vehicle, like we don't wake up one day and just say, look, I feel like buying a car today. There's a thought that goes into it, and that thought becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a reality to the point that we say, okay, let's go do this. And you feel good about something. You get yourself all like, oh, wow, I can see myself in the driveway. I can see myself driving down the road. I can see at soccer. Or I can see what I'm going out to a meeting, impress my clients. If I'm in real estate with you, you're in jewelry. I know you have high-end clients that come in and out. It's nice to be able to, go back and forth with that stuff. But my question to you is, how do you actually feel when you actually go to the car dealership and you're just about to walk in and you say to yourself and feel that emotion go from flipped like an egg, right? Sunny side down, absolutely. Not sunny side up, sunny side down. Why do you feel that? What makes you, what triggers that emotion that says, hey, you know what? Here we go. What starts it? Let's get to the viewers, and maybe they can feel, I'm sure, the same way, right, out there, that when you've been to a car dealership, you've been intimidated. So, when you go in and you're a lady, it's a little more intimidating. And you can probably tell us a little bit more about that, Lisa.
Yes, I think you begin with excitement at the thought of a nice new car, and then you just become hesitant because I do feel you're underestimated, particularly as a woman, for whatever reason, when it comes to purchasing a car. Whether it's they think that you're not sure what you're talking about, or just, don't have the knowledge of cars per se. But that's not correct. And
when you go in there, just before you had and used my app, my book, when you went and got a vehicle before, when you go in there, I mean, you can go online and you can check the information as much as you want, but when you actually go in there and you now do something that you do once every 3 or 4 years, okay, it's like, cramming for a test in 20 minutes that, you got zero time prepared for. It's just, how are you ever going to keep your emotions together and negotiate something if you don't have the right information to steer you in the right direction? It's like, I'm going from here to California, but I've never been there before. I'm just going to get in the bloody car and go. Or I could be smart. I could have the directions, show me the map on how to get there, the right appropriate time, how not to get stopped and detoured on the way, and I'll get there in my merry way, so long as I stay on track and don't get detoured.
Yeah, feeling prepared makes a big difference. Going in there, you feel like you have a little bit of an edge.
Right. So when
knowing what to ask, and their eyes get real big when you start to ask certain questions, and they realize that you do know what you're talking about.
Right. Like, give me an instance. What would you ask them that sort of like made their eyes see like deer seen headlights?
An example of what I would ask.
How much is it going to cost me?
Basically, yeah. What's the bottom line on this car? Without you often, I think most oftentimes you feel like they're just at some point going to pull a rabbit out of a hat on you.
Right, and you're
going down one road, and then there's you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't discussed, and there's always some add-on.
Right. So going in there just prior to using my stuff and everything else like that, most people go in, they want to buy on a payment. Do you ever really ask beforehand, what's my monthly payment based off the selling price of this vehicle?
Wait, can you repeat that?
When you go into the dealership and you ask for the pricing and everything else like that, it comes down to monthly payments, whether you're going to buy it or lease it.
Right.
When you go in there, do you feel like you get taken off the selling price and now you're just showing what payments are? And so long as those payments are in the parameters where you want to be in, you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
Right. So at that point, then, did you ever second guess, or would you look at the contract or what the actual selling price was, or just be concerned what the payment was?
Definitely both.
If you had to think, it had to be one of the two first. Which would it be first?
If it had to be one of the two first, I'd probably be more concerned with what my payment would be.
Right. So that's my point. So what happens is that's where the downfall is with everybody. It doesn't matter if you're educated or not. If you don't know what the selling price is, what the numbers are based on, you're never going to know what that monthly payment, you're never going to know what that selling price is. It could be based off of, $20,000, but showing you, but it could be $25,000 with the length of the term, the difference in the interest rates. You're never going to know. And there's no real place on the internet, unless you're an authorized dealer, car broker, concierge, or licensed wholesaler, that have access to this stuff, the dealers manufacture stuff. It's just not possible for you to go anywhere. So, you come out there and you go like, you know what, I got some prices, but where am I going to go next? You go to another dealer, right?
Yes.
And what would you do when you go to the next dealer with that information that you already have from the first dealer?
It just becomes more confusing.
Right. Because it becomes a bit confusing because you don't know.
But they don't want you to know.
Not only do they not want,
good at that.
Not only do they not want you to know, it's at the same time that they only give you enough information so you can go away with something and try and analyze it, but you can't check it anywhere. So you come home, you got all these numbers, and you say to your husband, like, listen, honey, what are we going to do here? We're going to make a decision. And, my husband always said, well, I'll leave it up to you, sweetheart. You're better at this than I am, and you go from there, but you're still going, you still sign, you come home, and it's not like that feeling when you first thought, like, wow, this is great. I feel great. You go out, feel like you end up on the corner of Buyer's Remorse Boulevard, but that changed with you though. How we met. So anyway, we'll get off of what I was just talking. I just want to get in depth there with people exactly how the mindset is when we all go in to buy something. It's all emotion when we go in there. We're understanding about that, but when it comes to actually buying it and putting the numbers together, we fall apart. We're like a badly made cake that just as soon as you touch it, it crumbles. It's just like, and you go like, well, what happened? It just disintegrated in front of you. And now it leaves a sour taste in your mouth because there's no, in order for people to have certainty in anything we do, we have to have logic, okay? And whatever makes up the logic is the emotion, because the emotion is going to trigger until the ABS, which is the logic, skids in your brain and goes like, hang on a second. I know you're in love with this, but let's apply the brakes and check out to make sure this is right. So where do you go from there? You don't. You're running around in circles. But anyway, like you said, we met. You took my app to the dealer, and what happened?
I took the app to the dealer. And again, I just felt much better going in with that. I had something to follow, and it just made it much easier. And there were no games. They gave me, what they were going to do, and then I came back to you, and it was exactly as you said it would be. It was a simple process.
Yeah, it's pretty easy once you put them on the spot and corner them with asking them the right questions. Like, they're on the witness stand and you're the lawyer going like, aha, were you here at such a date? Sorry, love.
Cornered is exactly right, because they just, with what I was asking, like I said, I was following the app, and they kind of back up like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't think they didn't think that now this is a lady that comes in here, she's not familiar with cars, we're going to take advantage of her. Now the shoe come off and you're hitting them over the head.
Exactly.
So
Very good feeling.
right. Well, it's good. I mean, that's the comfortability of going there and feeling that way. I just want to bring something up on the screen here for people. One quick second here to show you the stats on. Pretty much, it'll stagger you actually. In the car buying process stats for women, I mean, 80% of them make up the car buyer's choice when it comes to overall, whether it's a male or a female, whether the decision making. 65% of them of all new car buyers are women. But what happens is only the 30% of them, when they actually go to negotiate, don't feel confident. And the reason they don't feel confident is because they don't have the information to negotiate. It's like here's the map, but, unless somebody shows you how to use it, you're rendered useless because, all your little notes that you get on these websites that'll give you here, go in with this certificate, go in with that certificate, it's just bogus setup for you to, not come out with a car payment, you end up coming out with a mortgage payment.
Yes.
And I mean, when you found the quotes that they gave you, I mean, they were pretty on the high side.
Absolutely.
And then when we checked the prices, we gave a printout report. We showed you and said, hey, Lisa, look, here's how much they're charging. Here's how much more we can save you. And I think you saved a good chunk of change on top of what they gave us. Like how much? I was like $1,700 or $1,800 extra. I think we ended up saving you that time. Yeah. So it was just like,
and I just can't stress how simple the process was once.
Isn't it nice?
It was turned over to you, and it makes you feel good about doing. And now I won't dread the experience the next time.
No, I mean, it's like anything that we have out there. It's hard until somebody shows us how to do something. And once we know how to do it, it's simple. We go like, oh my God, this is so easy. Anybody could do this. But
yes.
Yeah, but it's like, but I just wanted to put in a nutshell, my 25 years of experience, I've seen everything from A to Z in between. It's in a nutshell. I'm like, I give it to you to use as a tool. So, they can't take you for a ride and then leave you on the corner of Bizer and Moores Boulevard and Sucker Street. It should be a joyous experience. It's the second biggest purchase anybody makes in their lives. And, it shouldn't be it's like, I'm getting a new car today, but I feel like you're going to a bloody funeral. Do you take lilies with you or roses? What is it? But I just wanted to get your perspective out there. It really comes down to, when you go in there, you feel intimidated because mainly you don't have the actual information. If you had that information going in there, where you actually did have the information, but I'm saying when it's nice to know that going in there and say, look, I got my seatbelt on. Nobody's going to be able to throw me out the window. Nobody's going to roll down and carjack my wallet or my purse or my pocketbook. I'm in control of this, and I'm going to get the real numbers. I'm going to see it in black and white. Then I'm going to be able to make that decision and say, you know what? Now I'm happy. Now I'm satisfied.
It takes the feeling vulnerable out of the process for sure.
Yeah. So I just want to bring that up and show people there that the actual stats on that. I'll just take off take that off of there. Hide 1 second. Hide that so people can see that. I'm just going to bring up the app here real quick and just show a couple of people here because they're probably going like, what app? What is he talking about? Okay, so what we have here, it's on your iPhone. All you have to do is scroll down to, I'll bring it here. You go on, you log onto the app. Bring this down here. And it brings up here. It's just a sample only. It's blurred out here. On your iPhone, all you're going to be able to do is scroll down. It gives you a script, and it says, when you go in, you're going to get for a lease. Ask this question, and you scroll down to this page right here. You put in the number. You scroll back up to the page above it. Ask the next question. Scroll back down. Put the page number in there. When that's finished down the bottom there, all you have to do is get up, shake your hand to the car salesman and say, well, thanks. All we're going to do is we're going to go back now. We're going to check out our numbers and we'll get back to you. There's nothing else they can do. They don't have a gun to your head. They can't do anything else. But with these cheat sheets, it keeps them foolproof before them they can't. Numbers don't lie, but salespeople will. So if you continue to go down the list and ask for each individual thing and stick to that script like you did, what happened? You got everything you asked for, right?
That's right.
Oh, good Lord. And so when you come out now you don't feel so intimidated. You can go and you can get things checked out. You can go and sleep well. And the next day you go like, you know what? Now I'm ready to go. I know where I'm at. And you go like, wow, you know, that feeling went away. Now I can enjoy what I wanted to do in the first place. So, you know, we ended up bringing the car to Lisa at a jewelry store, and it was great. We had a photo there. We had a good time. And, you know, it's been great ever since. And I love working with people that I do business with, because look what happened out of it. You know, customers come to you, customers come to me, and you know, just by walking in for me, you know, not even killing time, but looking to see if I can watch time on my watch, and it just transcended from there. And I mean, that's the way it should be. And it was you giving me a service, and I was a professional courtesy service back, and look what worked out. It was great.
Absolutely. I was very thrilled that you came in that day.
All right, Lisa. Well, listen, love, thank you very much for being on the show this evening. We just wanted to get the word out. And if you got any jewelry, or you're looking for any jewelry that you know, might be coming your way for any Valentine's Day, there you go. Go and see Lisa, Monroe Jewelers. Zip code's 10950. I don't have the number here direct, but what's the website, Lisa?
It's monroejewelers.com.
It's monroejewelers.com. That's pretty easy to remember. All right, Lisa. Well, thank you very much, love. We got another guest waiting to come on and tell their.
Thank you so much, Paul. And again, I'm thrilled that we met, and thank you for making it a pleasurable one for me.
Well, that's great. Glad we could help you. Not a problem, love. All right. Have a good evening.
You too.
Okay. Bye now. Okay, so there you go, folks. We had Lisa has their jewelry store, and it's just amazing that when I go into somewhere and I feel intimidated, like going into a store, like, you know, I'm going in to get my watch done. I'm like, what are they going to do? They're going to hit me up for $30, $40. I need this. I need a new watch. What? But it wasn't the case. It was going in there and getting taken care of, because Lisa handled me the right way and asked me the right question, what I needed. And it was a simple thing of back and forth honesty and courtesy, and good old fashioned manners goes a long way these days. Used to go a long way. Not anymore. But I think we need to have a lesson today with some younger generation, and you know, teach them a lesson or two on how to be polite and go out there and actually help somebody when you need. Go out of your own way. Don't do it to see if anybody's looking. Don't go out to show off anybody. Do it out of the goodness of your own heart. That's what we miss out on these days. Too many people hate each other today. There's too many little things. Stop. Enough. Anyway, listen, getting back to our next client, I'm just going to see if Marie is due on the phone. 1 second, and she'll give you.
Hello, Paul.
Marie.
Good evening.
Hello. Can you speak up a little bit there so the folks can hear you here in Facebook land?
Hello.
Okay, you're going to have to speak up a little bit loud. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Like yell at me. Okay, Lisa, hi, how are you? Welcome to the show. You're another lady customer that has had her fair share of going to car dealerships. And what's the biggest thing that you feel but like I was just asking Lisa, when you go into the dealership, what's that feeling that you get, or the sense of most women would get when they go out to a car dealership and, you know, look for their first new vehicle?
Well, definitely the first thing is you are not being taken seriously. And
why is that?
Not being believed. Well, the reason being is I feel like it's definitely a very macho atmosphere when I walk in there. And if I was literally just saying, hey, I just want to take a look at this vehicle, they're coming up to me and just like hounding me like I'm in a department store or something, and I really literally just wanted to take a look at the vehicle before I make any type of decision.
That happens to me, you know. That happens to me. Every time I go to Fifth Avenue or Macy's in the city, I get in that revolving door that goes around in there, and by the time I'm trying to get my leg or my umbrella unstuck from there, I got 5 salespeople like macing me with perfume. You know, it's just like, I'm like, get out of my way. It's one of those feelings, right? You feel overwhelmed, and you from one side of the plane glass, you look like, oh, I'm ready to go in. And then you go in the other side and you go like, oh my God, what did I just get into?
Yeah, you definitely have an idea of the reason you're going in there is so you can get educated, so you can see the car, feel the car, and understand which car is going to be best for you.
Right.
And it's almost like they're a roadblock. And
how are they a roadblock for
as
you?
As a woman, you want to be taken seriously, and
Of course.
you feel at this point that you're not in control. And for me, in my experience, just very disappointing. Very disappointing.
What was most disappointing that you found when you wanted to go in and ask? You drove the vehicle, you came back, now you sat down, and what struck you the most that you just said, you know what, this isn't going my way? I mean, you walked in there and you already knew it's not going to go your way, seriously, but to the point where you just said, you know what, like you said, you hit a roadblock. What happened?
I would say literally the fact that the car that I went in there for,
right,
they do not. They seem to dismiss me because of that, and start talking about another vehicle model, which is completely not what I wanted.
Right.
Obviously it being slightly higher, but saying, oh, it's got this, added feature, and I'm like, I really don't care about the feature. I cared about the vehicle I came in for, which
right.
was GLA.
Right.
So, in this case, it was very, very disappointing because I wasn't being taken seriously as a buyer, and I just felt like, walking out of there.
Why did you think that they weren't taking you serious?
Probably because, I came in and, I really didn't want to, go to the table.
Go alone?
I wasn't ready for it. Yes, I went by myself.
When you say you weren't ready to go, I mean, you've looked online, you said, this is a car I want, this is a car I can see myself in, I'm going to look great to, with show from my clients around or whatever, where do you have to go? And, then what happened to the point you're like, oh my God, it's I don't know what's happening to me.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so, long story short, I did end up leaving there. And that's when, I was able to, because we had been speaking for a while.
Right. We've done business before, folks, but it's just like, I network with, I'd say like 90% of my clients. You've got a great reputation, I'll get you clients. I mean, that's not a problem. I love to network with people that are out there, give back to businesses and everything else. That's what it's all about, taking care of each other. You want to know the secret of sales? Take care of your customers. Stop worrying about money you're making. Take care of your customers. Customers are your referrals. They are your bread and butter on to put the groceries in your fridge. These are the people who keep you in business. Today, everybody's too much worried about a freaking dollar. I mean, we can all chase we can all go chasing the dollar, and we all have to make a profit. But today, just the sense of the old-fashioned values of where you get taken care of anymore, it's ridiculous. But when you come to the auto industry, it's like there's no professional car salespeople left anymore. For what you get now, just be like, you can come literally out of jail and do your probation, just about.
Right.
So,
and coming as a buyer, it's not that when you are, especially as a woman buyer, you're not going in there as a mindset of, I'm going to challenge the guy and I don't want you to make money. Look, I'm fine with you making money off of me. I know you're going to make money off of me.
Right.
But do it in a respectful manner.
Right.
So when I spoke with you,
show me the numbers, show me the money.
You had just written your book, and so I understood that what you had available, you wanted me to take a look at here. You have these scripts already written in your book.
Right.
And I went back into the dealership with those scripts. And when I came in saying those new things, suddenly they were kind of like, oh, they treated me differently. That being said, in the end, I ended up going with you because you were able to get me a better deal than the dealership, because you had the ebook app,
right,
where you basically fill out the different cells. You're able to get the individual pricing, and then you're able to double check based on, because you have whatever software you have for dealers,
right,
and to understand what the real price is that I should be getting from the dealer.
Right. And then now let me ask you a question, Marie. Going back in there, if you had that information going in the first place, how would you have felt?
A lot better. A hell of a lot better.
It's like the test you never studied for, that they spring on you, And then you go like, oh my God, where am I going to get my information from? You go in there, you wing it best you can, and you fail.
Exactly. I mean, you're to be prepared for something like that. It would make a world of difference. And no matter what, article you read online, any type of advice on Kelly Blue Book, etc., like that, it's still not going to prepare you until you get in that situation.
It all it does is give you a guideline to go in there. Like, I mean, I call these things online car telemarketers. That's all these freaking things are. They really was another reason why I started the Concierge Park, is we used to sell vehicles to all these people, like I call them untruecar.com, car cult gurus, whatever these other freaking things are. They're all glorified brokers that they would call us up every month. We'd send them the price and they say, how much are we getting paid per car for this one? $300, $500, $600, whatever. And people are naive enough to believe that, well, this has got to be true. It's got to be the information. Meanwhile, they're getting paid by the dealer. So all the information that you actually give these online car telemarketers, okay, all they're doing is giving your information to the dealer, and then that amount that we pay them as the fleet director when I was selling to them, that price gets added to your car. So you're literally giving them $500 to take your information, only to have it come back and bite you dead in the, right in the tailpipe. Well, once you fill it out, once you fill that out, it's like you got your fan club in the worst possible way. It was almost like you have to change your number.
I hit unsubscribe, but that doesn't feel good.
But when you did get some of those calls back and you answer them, or for whoever via emails, and you ask them, say, look, all I'm wanting is, I know the vehicle, I've driven it. It's like cars, like a pair of shoes. They look good, you try them on, they don't fit right, put another pair on. Simple. You knew the vehicle you want, you knew the pricing that you wanted, but still they couldn't give you that information because they didn't get you to meet the pimp daddy of the car dealership yet, the business manager.
Exactly.
So when you had all that information, you ended up coming back to us and we showed you the difference of what it was. And then you went back to them and said, like, look, here's the pricing I got compared to what you gave me the first time. And they didn't know what to do with it, right?
Exactly.
So
because you are prepared the second time around, suddenly you're able to get the numbers from them that they were not giving you, and they're able to supply you literally, here's their actual selling price of the vehicle.
Right.
Because you can worry all you want about a monthly payment, but in the end, is that monthly payment, ending up to be $10,000 more than the selling price of what you're paying, what you should pay.
It becomes a mortgage payment, not a car payment, right?
Yeah, exactly. So doing the best, obviously through your book and through your service, you've been able to definitely kind of help guide and support, because when you're a buyer like me, you have to have some sort of support system. And like you said, when you go alone,
right,
it's very intimidating if you go into a dealership on your own.
Well, look, it's simple. I mean, it's logical sense, but let's just back up for one quick second. Is like, you wouldn't go and buy a new house without getting a professional guy to check it out first, right? It could be full of termites, could be full of whatever, you don't know. But you'll spend an extra couple of bucks to go get that done, not because you have to do it, it's because you should do it, because if not, it's going to cost you, an arm and a leg in the long term. So it's best to pay a little bit up front than it is, to save the long. It's like going to your accountant to get your taxes done. You spend a little to save a lot. But if you try and do it on your own, it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
You hire
without before I read the book, if I would have done it on my own, I'm sure at some point I would have been able to get some of the answers, but I wouldn't have gotten all of the answers I needed, especially in order to make the correct comparison. Because you can certainly, keep shopping around and say, okay, this dealer in, Great Neck has a lower price than this dealer that I went to in Greenwich, Connecticut, right?
Right.
But in the end, how much time, time is money, and I'm spending all this time driving back between, two Mercedes dealerships, and in the end, you were able to take a look on your computer and say, hey, just this is the price that you should be getting, and this is how much the dealer is making in the back end from you, and that's way over what it should be.
Right. So we cut out the middleman there. We delivered it to you and saved you a good chunk of change. But exactly. It's the feeling that you get when you go in there. I mean, I could just look. I've been in the business for 25 years. I wouldn't want to walk into a car dealership without knowing what I'm doing. I'd probably put somebody through a window talking to me like, the way they do. But it's not all like that. But for the most part, the sales mentality today of the auto industry is nowhere near what it used to be years and years ago. It's just like non-existent. Years to come, you're going to find car dealerships aren't going to go away because you still have to go to the dealership to drive it. You can't go online and test drive the car. And very few people drive a vehicle without buying it. Very, very few. Very few people test drive the vehicle through their friends or somewhere else. They have to go to a dealership. So, when you go there, when you want to be able to say, okay, I'm here, I drove it, but I want to know what the information is that goes with it. And they're not going to let you out either by just saying, oh yeah, this is like Hertz Rent-A-Car. See you later. Nice knowing you. They're going to, they put you back to the salesperson's desk and sat you down and say, hey, Marie, you love the car, right? Would you like to take it home today if we make the numbers right? And that happened.
Yeah, they tried that too.
Right. Sales manager and all, right?
I definitely wasn't going to go for that.
But when
you told me that was going to happen too. The
right.
time around.
And it says it right in the app, right in the book. It says to you, like, look, this is going to happen to you. Be prepared. And here's what you do. And here's all you have to say. And you'll look at them go like a deer seen headlights. And they say to you like, look, you must be in the industry because nobody really comes in here as a customer knows how to ask for that. And, all of a sudden now you don't feel intimidated. You feel empowered.
Definitely. And that's so important.
And clarity.
You never feel that.
Right. You're getting clarity. That's what you need. In anything that we do, it's like, you're not going to buy something to worry about. I mean, 90% of people that's why they end up on the corner of Buyer's Remorse Boulevard and Sucker Street all the time. The next day they wake up after being drunk on emotion. The salesperson's intoxicating them with numbers. Their heads are spinning. So they don't know what happened until they wake up in a somewhat more sobering state the next day and go, crikeys, what did I just put in my driveway? Honey, come here. And she's like, no, stupid. You signed for that when I wasn't there. It's just like, but with the ladies, look, ladies go shopping. And any of the companies that I deal some, big box stores where the CEOs and whatever come get the vehicles. They know exactly what they want. They've been through the process and they say, this is all we need. And It's a simple transaction, and that's the way
you can do to save time because like you were saying, and I was saying too, time is money, and I don't have time to be dealing with this.
Right.
And nor should I, and nor should any woman, because they should be taken seriously.
So to all the ladies out there, Marie, what would you tell the car buyers, not just the ladies, but most of the car buyers, because they make up 65% of the overall sales, and ladies, you make 80% of the decision making out there. What would you suggest, or what words do you have for them, advice from what you did do beforehand and what you didn't do the next time?
Right.
The last time, I should say. Confusing myself.
The first thing is I would bring somebody with me the first time. I wouldn't go alone.
Right.
Because it's almost like if you go by yourself, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. So I definitely would say don't go by yourself.
It's like going into a nightclub on your own full of men, right?
Yeah. Have your information ready. Have your full printout. Like I went to the website, Mercedes website, and I was able to print out the vehicle exact model and all the features that I was.
You have to speak up.
I was doing the features of the model from online. I printed that out. So I was able to have that with me, and having that as well as having the script.
Right.
Obviously you don't want to sound like you're talking from a script, but pretty much understanding the right questions I need to ask. And then, I was given that information. So from that info, it was really like, then I could make my decision on whether I was going to still sign with them. You're
gonna have to speak up or stand up. I can barely hear you. You're breaking up on the viewers here. But yeah, no, that's exactly true with what you're saying. It's like, when you go in somewhere, if you don't have the information, you're intimidated, and then you curl up in a ball and say, you know what, I'm not letting my wallet out because I'm unsure. I don't know what's going on. It's nice to be able to go in anywhere and be able to have the information accessible to you and say, look, this is what I see. This is what I'm paying for. I'm happy. Now give me the bloody key so I can be on my merry way, on my happy way to on my highway to happiness.
Well, I'm very happy, and thanks
without having to look in the rear vision mirror to see if the salesman's, trying to sell you a warranty as you're leaving the dealership, right?
Exactly.
But so I just want to clarify and round up here on a few things here is that when the ladies go into the car dealerships, very intimidating. But you are 80% of the decision makers. So you'd think that salespeople would be a little bit more in tune to, these are the decision makers. Let's talk to these people. Let's give them the information that they can understand, they want, they need, so we can solidify the deal and make them a happy customer. It's not the case. They try to, when they see the ladies, they turn it around and say, you know what? She's the decision maker. Let's not talk to him. He's too busy looking at the other girl at the other sales desk, going like, oh, she's bloody pretty, and the wife's doing all the negotiating. Or sit there and go like, okay, fine. Instead of helping them, they don't. They try and hit them over the head with numbers, baffle them with everything else, say, oh, it's okay. It's only going to be a monthly payment here and there. And then you get in the business manager's office, things change from there. And then by the time you get home, well, you know what happens after that.
Exactly.
So, all right. So listen, so I just wanted to clarify some stuff. That helped you. For the ladies out there, don't go alone. When you go somewhere, get information. The information is only going to give you so much. The app that I have here for you, okay, I've made it so simple. I mean, if you can't read and use this,
you just fill it in. That's all. I mean, literally, like if you just type it just like on your iPhone, and then all I did is literally I just took a screenshot of what I had filled in, and I just emailed you the screenshot. That was literally all I had to do.
Right, because all people have to do is they can go down to ebook or whatever and just download. It's like what, $9, $10 or whatever. I said, here, go use it. You can use it forever. I mean, you can give it to your friends, do whatever. It's something you're not going to throw away. It's like using a foolproof calculator, and it has all the answers in there for you. All you have to do is say, look, shit, I can use this, and away you go. And I was just bringing up a script here. I can't show them on the phone because I got you on there. Is that it gives them a sample. For anybody looking where it says sample only on the screen, that lights up in your actual phone when you scroll, and it's digitalized. So all you have to do is you can negotiate right from your phone. Don't ask the sales manager. Don't ask the salesperson what's on his piece of paper with the quote on there that's full of disappearing ink anyway. All you have to do is say, listen, keep your paper. I just need you to ask these few questions. And it's said in such a way that you ask the questions that it's foolproof and you don't come off sound like, I need to know it's nothing like that. Right. It's simple. It's just, all in what you do with it. I mean, it's a simple, easy flow conversation. You just go like, oh, I need to ask this. Oh, okay, Mr. Salesman. Oh, I need to know blah, 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 because of this. Boom. They have to give you the answer. And then when you get that in, you just put it in the box and you go down to the next one until finally you get to the end and you say, okay, thank you. I'll be in touch.
Right. And even better, you also have like that glossary of terms as well in the back, which is good, because like half the stuff that they share with you, you don't even know what it means.
Right.
So it's nice to have that info, so it's really explained for you.
Yeah, I mean, because you go in there and it's like you're speaking a different language. It's like, you crossed into a foreign land and all of a sudden, a few good words. And then after that, you're like, oh my God, get me out of here,
Exactly.
So, and you'll do anything to get out of there because, it's not a good feeling, Hey, look, I know that feeling. And you don't have to go to a car dealership to feel that. And I've been to, certain different places, the most simpler places to go at a nursery. I had I want to throw potted plants at them. Can't say pot plants over here. You guys in America say, when you say pot plant, it's like weed. Back home in Australia, you say potted plant is a potted plant. Anyway,
type of plant.
Yeah, but they're all plants. Anyway, but what I was going to say to you, listen, all right, so you've straightened that out for people, exactly what it is. Ladies out there, if you're listening and you haven't bought a vehicle yet, please feel free to send an email to us at carleasingconcierge.com. I'll just bring up the information here right now. It's info at Carleasing Concierge. I'm just going to have to show you the other one that I have here right now. I don't have available on me. They can go right there. You can go to carleasingconcierge.com and it'll tell you there's an info box there and it'll tell you exactly what it is. I mean, put it this way. You go download a book, take it with you, keep it forever, do whatever you want with it. Look, if you're not happy with it, send it back. I'll give you $10 and I'll sign it for you. Say like, you know what? Here, this is for me. This is for you. Good luck the next car you buy. and good luck and on your way. When you get that, all you have to do is come get a car price check for us. It's like, what is it, $39, $49? That's it. And then from there, we just tell you, look, we give you a foolproof printout. So it gives you everything. When you're done with that, we're going to say, look, here's how much they were charging you. Here's how much more we can save you. What do you want to do? And then literally it's up to you what you want to do. We're just here to guide you in the right direction and help you. If people want to use our service, they can. If they don't, they can go back to the car dealership and, go 10 rounds in the ring with the pimp daddy, the car dealership, the business manager.
Exactly.
All right, Marie, listen, I don't want to keep you from your dinner or wherever you are in Manhattan right now. Hopefully you don't hit gridlock on the way out of Manhattan and somebody dings up your Mercedes on you.
No, not driving.
You're not driving. All right, well, smart lady. All right, well, listen, Marie, it's been a pleasure having you on the show and enlightening the viewers out there of what happens when you actually go to a car dealership and you're a woman. Don't feel out there, ladies, that you are alone. It does and will happen to you 99% of the time. So knowing the information going in and having all the answers ready when they start to fire something at you will take that away from you like there's no tomorrow. Is that right, Marie, or what?
Yeah, definitely.
I thought
Thanks
you.
so much, Paul, for having me on.
I thought you were a different person when I spoke to you afterwards, and you're like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Oh, it works. That's all that matters."
Yeah, I was definitely smiling when I got that car.
Excellent. All right, Marie. Well, thank you very much, love, for being on the show, and tell all your friends out there, whoever they are, if they're looking for a vehicle or whatever, do it the right way. You're living proof, and share it with them. We're more than happy to help anybody out. That's what it's all about.
All right. Thanks so much, Paul.
All right. You're welcome. Have a great evening. Thank you. Bye. All right, people. There you have it. That's our second show for the year, second show period. What we'll be having on next week is some other different car buyers with different problems about when you go to have your vehicles traded in, and what not to say and what to say and when to say it at the right time. We'll be talking about that, as well as having some other guests on the show, and a weekly thing of Thursday at 8 p.m. We may be changing it. We may not. Depends on the feedback. We'd like to know in the comments below what days you think are a good evening to listen to this. Is it a daytime? Is it an evening time? And we just try to get as much out to as many people in the audience that's at that viewing time, so to speak. Anyway, we're still on? No, we're turned off there. Okay, very good. All right, people, it's been great. I hope you learned a little bit about this evening's show. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop us a line at carleasingconcierge.com. It's actually info@carleasingconcierge.com. I'll make a link down below so you people can actually can use that. And if you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call. 800-886-1950. We're real people trying to help real people. So if you want something that's real, okay, give us a call. You don't want the car dealer blowing smoke up your tailpipe. We'll be here to help you out. All right, that's it for this show. It's been great, and we'll see you on the next show next week. That's it from New York. Adios, goodbye, aloha, and hooroo, Australian style. Cheers till next time. Bye-bye.